Good morning. Do I look like I didn't sleep? Because I didn't. Wind warning. There's a wind warning until 3 a.m. tomorrow, and it just blew and blew last night. We didn't sleep very well, and there's like fine sand everywhere. I'll show you a picture in a minute. So our goal was to get up early and get out as usual, but it's 6:30 and we're just kind of moving around now. So we have a big climb this morning, so the wind will actually be helpful for that, keep the heat down. But yeah, life on the trail. I don't know if you can actually see this sand on everything. My bag is actually black, but it's not looking very black right now. There's just sand everywhere. So we inhaled a bunch of that last night. Just getting some water before we head out of camp. 8 o'clock, just left camp. Trying a hat today to save my nose from burning. It's a little overcast though. There's a big weird cloud. Apparently they never get clouds here. They have the most sunny days out of all the towns in California apparently. Just walked up a little hill and both my Achilles are screaming at me, so they usually do that in the morning. Then after I walk for a few minutes, they loosen back up. They remember what we're supposed to be doing, and they cooperate. So we're not doing a giant day today. I think we're gonna only do 8.5 miles because we're both feeling pretty tired. So yeah, check in later. Where's the trail, you ask? Apparently this is it. Like, I don't know if they had a rock slide or blasted or what, but that is the trail. The other side of my feet. The size of my feet. Oh my goodness. Just taking a quick break. I bought these Belvita breakfast cookies for days that I can't cook or don't want to cook breakfast. Like today was super windy, so we didn't cook breakfast. It says steady energy for 4 hours, so that makes me happy. I may have made a grave mistake by buying the toasted coconut though, because if I don't like them, Vince won't eat them. Which means I'm stuck with them. So let's give it a go here. Those are pretty good. I could do this. I think we have a winner. Then on the other end of the spectrum, Vince is eating a cold chimichanga, frozen, not frozen anymore. He packed out frozen chimichangas, so now he has to eat them all. So, how's it taste?
Like a chimichanga.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Mm-hmm. All right. We just finished our morning climb, 1,000 feet, which didn't really feel like it. I'm shocked to say, especially considering my pack is probably a good 40-45 pounds right now with 6 days of food and 3 liters of water. But it was a very moseying uphill, lots of long switchbacks. Now we get to go down for a little while. I desperately need new shoes. I actually need to stop and tighten them pretty soon. My feet are so swollen every morning, I can barely squeeze them into my shoes. Then after I walk for a little bit, swelling goes down, shoes loosen up. But my toes are hitting the ends, which I hear your feet grow or whatever. I did buy them half a size too big, but I need new ones. And also, the tread on them is almost smooth. I've worn the tread right off in 270 miles. A lot of people get 500 miles out of their shoes, but I have Ultra Timps, and I knew that they weren't going to hold up that long. The Lone Peaks apparently are even worse. I've tried Lone Peaks, I don't really like them. There's not enough cushion for me. So I went to the Timps, which are just a little more cushier. But I want to go to the Olympus, which are really cushy. But I tried a pair on back in Idlewild in my regular size. I could barely squeeze my feet in them. So I don't know if they're smaller. And so I need to find a decent outfitter so I can actually try them on. I can't order them online. So that makes it a bit more challenging. When we were in Big Bear, they sold lots of topos, and they have like a 5 mil drop versus or 3 mil versus the 0 drop. But they don't have the attachment for the sand gaiters. I was gonna say snow to keep the sand out of your shoes. So you have to glue on the Velcro on the back and it never sticks. So I don't even want to mess with that. So I'm hoping my shoes hold out until we get to the next place. They're definitely starting to wear. The wind has been blowing all day and it's a little bit of a cool breeze, so we haven't even been hot. Vince has been cold actually, and the trail's just been going in and out of the shade all day. It's been kind of nice, but his feet are hurting really badly, so we're probably going to take a break soon. We just got to Caribou Creek and tent site. We're going to sit here for a while, collect a little bit of water. Vince can rest his feet for a bit too. So we sat there for about an hour. Vince had a little snooze, rested his feet, took some more Tylenol. So there was a water cache, but it was empty. So I carefully scooped out 1.5 liters out of the creek and filtered it. It wasn't very nice looking water, but it filtered clean. And then just as we were leaving, a Jeep pulled up and a guy was dropping off 2 gallons of water. And we're like, oh, well, thank you. We left it for future hikers, though, because we'd already filtered, so there's no point. But super kind when people leave water at trailheads or road crossings. It means a lot, especially out here in the desert. Been walking all day to still be above Big Bear Lake. You can see the ski runs coming down the mountain. Woo! She windy. Look who we found!
Hello.
Yay!
Tactical navigational error.
Yeah. I don't know how he hiked so fast he got by us without us noticing, but here he is. So they came up a side trail from town. He didn't pass us. We're about 10 miles from the one access, and they just hiked the 2-mile other access from town. So they're going about 8 more miles tonight. We're only going another 1.5 miles. So we'll catch up with them again eventually. So we're at the campsite that we picked for the night. It's supposed to hold 10 to 15 tents. There's supposed to be some sheltered flat areas. So that's what we're looking for, because it's going to be a windstorm tonight. And we want to make sure there's no dead branches above us. We've used this app called Far Out. It used to be called Gut Hook, and it has a whole trail on it, and it'll tell you where the different campsites are, and like a little review. People put comments about it, so you can look ahead and see kind of how far you want to go for the day, what site you want to pick. This is pretty flat over here. Vince? We're gonna get wind no matter what, because it's a windstorm, but this looks flat, which would be lovely compared to what we had last night. Yeah, it's not that big of a branch.
When it hits the tent and lands on your head, it would be.
Oh, funny. We can move the rocks and move the tent over a little bit. Or we can keep looking around. It's a big tent site. All right, we're gonna find where we're gonna put our tent. Okay, so we picked this little spot here. It's really flat. It's got some low shrub here that will block a lot of the wind. And there's little benches. So I made little benches we can sit on. Yay! So we've been in camp for about 3 hours. Vince napped about 2.5 of those. Hopefully he sleeps tonight. We've got a really sheltered little spot. The wind is just whipping around here, but it's barely moving our tent, which is lovely. He's just making some rice and stuff for dinner. I'm being lazy and eating Doritos at the moment, but I'll probably eat something else as well. We just did 10.3 miles today. Just over 17 kilometers. Yeah, that's all we had in us today. We were tired. I napped for about half an hour too, and I don't ever nap, so you know how tired I was if I was napping. My gratefulness for the day today is trail angels that leave water for hikers. So like I said, we saw it was a younger guy too that got out of a Jeep, and he had a couple gallons of water he was leaving at one of the road crossings, and I heard him say he'd done this last August as well. So it's super appreciative. Water can be hard to come by. Water sources are sketchy sometimes, so people that spend their own money and take their own time and leave water for hikers are just amazing people. So thank you.